Hey guys, we're back on Marrow, Arrow. We're still in the Gator Alley. That's in Cazic Thule for those of you who forgot or didn't see recent episodes. And we are grinding out solo Gators. Excuse me one second. Oh, we're using we're using Panic Animal, and it is a game changer. So we're getting like 2 and then 3 and then 2 and then 3%. So we're getting like 5% for every 2 kills, and we're able to do 2 kills before we need a med break if we're taking out blues. And we didn't even really need that med break. We just started medding up, healed up a little bit. I like to be at about 60 mana just in case. Sometimes these guys go on a resist tear. Um, and yeah, here we are. We've got some Rubicite pants and gauntlets. And I also recently picked up an Executioner's hood. I was trying to get some HP AC rings, but nobody was selling them, and I saw this for sale. I offered 100 after checking the like auction website. It was going like 120, highest like 70, 80, the lowest. So I'm like, I'll offer 100. The guy accepted. We picked ourselves up extra 9 dexterity and 4 strength, and I'm feeling like it's really making a difference. I'm noticing arrows are hitting much more often. Dex is now finally broke 100 to 103. With our buff, our agility is up to 128. So we're doing good on those two stats. Strength is still only 90, but it's not horrible, and we're gonna increase that too. I got plans to get that one belt that drops on lower guck. I forget the name of it. I think I want to say thick banded belt. That's gonna give us 15 strength. And then in addition to that, we want to get some dwarven work boots, which are gonna give us some extra dexterity and some extra strength. So that's kind of what's on the menu. I'm talking extra fast right now because we got buffs that are going to run out, and I wanted to kill one more before I have to rebuff. So I'm going to start this up right now. We're doing a basic snare, arrow, flame lick, arrow, start. And then when the mob gets to us, we are engaging while we cast Panic Animal. And that's our typical strategy right now. We don't want them to get too close to the water, so we're doing kind of like a rotation between fear kiting and bow kiting, since we're fighting over by the water. And they always run this way towards the water. And I could chase them in the water, but who wants to do that, you know? So see, now fear is worn off. I quickly turn off my auto attack so that my range attack can come back up as quick as possible. I'll make a run for it. Now in a position like this, I always got to check to make sure there isn't another gator in the way, because if there is, they might take that arrow, and then I've got 2 to deal with, and that's not good. So we're arrowing and nuking as they approach. I was too slow on the nuke there. I should have pulled it off before he got to me. He seems to be moving a little unusually fast with the snare. So now we got him pulled back. We're ready for another fear kite. I'm going to do this in first person because it's so much easier. And depending on how long the fear lasts, on how many resists we get, it's a pretty easy way to get it done. I feel like we're landing more melee hits now with that extra dex, so I really like the fact that I picked that up. Even though in comparison to Bandon, I did take a bit of an AC hit. I think like 3 or 4 AC loss by switching to the Executioner's Hood. I think it's far worth it. If I happen to be tank, I'm sorry, Cleric. You're just gonna have to be on the ball. My HP is gonna be going up and down a bit more, but I'm not entirely convinced 4 AC is such an important addition when our AC is at 571 as is. You know, it's like, how much difference is 4 AC making? So you see, we're having to snare twice in these battles because I open with the snare. But that's fine. Snare is cheap, fear is cheap. So I'm perfectly okay with that. Now at this point, we're going to want to hit him with an ignite. We're not going to... And then, yeah, he's going to run. But lately I've been noticing on this particular session, the majority of the alligators have not been running when they hit 20%. And about half of those still have been not running at 10%. In which case I would throw an extra fear and they would be too low HP to move. So they would just stay still anyway. But I don't know why that is, because my prior sessions, I felt like almost all of them were running at 20%. So there we go. Dead Gator, that one gave us 2%. We'll take a Cloth Veil. because it will sell for some gold or whatnot. And we're going to need to rebuff. First, we're going to throw up Thistlecoat just because I already got it memmed and it lasts for an hour. So even though it's got 4 minutes left, I don't mind casting it again. It's an old spell. It's from a low level, so it's not a high mana spell. Skin Like Rock's got 2 more minutes, so my best bet is to met up first and then throw that on. Get a little extra time out of it. So while we're meting, I just want to quickly go through. There have been some gear changes. I'm using a split paw hide mask. I do have the Rubicite mask. It only adds charisma and it does do 7 AC. So I'm also taking a 4 AC cut here in order to gain an SV Magic 5. And I'm doing that specifically in this zone because when I'm not killing gators, there's a ton of casters and I would like to resist some of those nukes. So I feel like it's worth it, but when I move on from here and I go to a place where I'm not getting casted on much, I probably will put on the Rubicite mask, get that extra AC. What else? What else? I could have sworn there was something else new. We got the Rubicite Greaves, an increase in AC, but I think that was on the video last time. Yeah, basically just the Executioner's Hood is the real news, and we're keeping our eye out for the +4 AC and +45 HP rings. If we get 2 of those, or even just 1, we're going to up our HP by 65. 65 if we get 2, 45 if we get 1. And up by HP, and AC will also go up either 4 or 8 depending. I probably want 2. This Clawed Knuckle Ring is nice, but it's such a cheap upgrade for such a massive payoff that I feel like it's worth it. So we're getting close to full mana, and I feel like it's a good time to go. So we're going to refresh Skin Like Rock, which will act as a heal. We are going to refresh J-Boots. I'm going to throw another heal, because 60 mana is more than enough. And some of these, even when they con blue, I think there's a huge level variance. So some of the blues are a few levels under me. I think some of the blues are literally just under me. As you can see, there's a white con, and there was, when I was at my previous level, there were white cons as well. So I know there are level 27, 28 alligators around here. So that's something to consider. Fire Fist is a real quick spell. We have to cast that pretty often. Throwing that up now. Now we're ready to go. 91% HP. We could take a yellow, but I feel like they're not worth the trouble. The payout compared to the gain. Here's a nice blue. We're going to cast a snare on it. Pull an arrow. Run back a bit. Hit him with the flame lick. And another arrow. I'm not sure if the first arrow even went through or the second. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a lag delay, and it's taking its toll. Unfortunately, this was not a good idea to pull them back here. But we're going to go for 1 Fear Kite before we do some more bow kiting to get them away from the water. I think this fear should run out before he gets in the water, and apparently we're dealing with a more difficult one because it ran out almost instantly. Hitting him with arrows. Arrow damage, you haven't seen it yet, but it can be around 20. Let's see what we get on this one. Wow, bad luck so far with the arrows. There we do some nuke arrow. There's a 10 hit. So not great lately, but sometimes I hit for 20 damage. And that's a decent, you know, little toss in there. Oh, here we have another ranger. I've seen him here before. He's got the ruby breastplate, so he's obviously a bit higher than me, which is why I'm still in here, because there's a lot of competition, but I find that most of it is in the higher level, and they're not so quick to jump on the alligators that are blue to me. They prefer to go for the ones that are a bit closer to their own level, understandably so. Now this particular fight feels like it's a slightly higher blue, maybe not right under me, but close. Maybe this is a level 26. His HP just seems to be lasting a good while. And the arrows haven't been hitting, the hits haven't been landing like they have on some of the other gators. But it's totally fine. Like I said, we could pull off taking a yellow probably. It would just be a long fight. They would leave us depleted. There goes the snare. We gotta hit him with another one. There goes the lag. See, that one didn't quite land, so we're just gonna wait. He'll be back. There he is. I knew it wouldn't be long. There we go, and now we got him snared again. Hopefully this is the last fear that we'll need, because by the time it wears off, he'll be running. But if not, we're close enough to that point where I'm willing to throw another one on. He'll hit 20 HP, and then he won't be able to run. We're currently at 68% experience into level 28. Let's see what we get off of this bad boy. I think we're due for a 3-point jump. Fear has worn off, but he's still running. Perfect. Getting real lucky with the RNG here. There we go. Yep, up to 71%. So, as you can see, it's a very nice XP jump there. And now we're good for a med break. So what I like to do at this point, when I do have a hard fight, sometimes a blue will really hit it to me. They have some high resist, and a blue that's like one level under me, when the RNG lands a certain way, might resist multiple snares and fears, and the whole while he's biting me. And it might get pretty close, so I like to heal up anyway. Also, save my bandages for at the end of those fights. When I end up with like 25%, 30% HP, I burn through quite a few bandages, just getting up to 50% HP. So this way I can save them for when I need them. I do have a few stacks thanks to Clazic. He was kind enough to bring them, but it looks like we've only got 3 more. And those go fast. When after a fight like that you use, let's say, 4 or 5 bandages, you know, those rack up pretty quick. That means a stack could last only 5, could only be good for like 5 bandaging sessions, let's say 6 or 7. And when you're trying to grind all the way to 30, you know, there's a good chance you're going to run out of bandages. So I like to try to start the fights with full HP. But if I'm at like 70 and there's a blue Gator, I will just go for it. Especially when it gets more crowded. Because when it gets more crowded, I'm going to hide just because I'm practicing the skill. When it gets more crowded, you got to just take the Gators when you can get them, because people are going to swoop them up like really fast. So at that point, I might only have 70 HP and 50 mana, and I'll just be like, I'm just going to go for it since it's here right now, and it might not be soon. After that fight, I'm depleted, but all the Gators are down. When the alley's getting ripped apart, it's usually like waves of spawns. So you'll have these, you have good amounts of time where there's no Gators, and then all of a sudden there's a surplus. So when they're there, you gotta grab them, kill 1, or if you're lucky enough, kill 2 in that time. So yep, we met up. Fire Fist only has 6 more minutes, even though we casted it right before the fight. It's a real quick 10 or 12 minute attack buff. So I'm thinking we're gonna get one more fight out of it before we have to recast it. And the next up on our buffs will not be Skin Like Rock. It will be Feel Like Cat. So we're keeping our buffs up, our AGI buff, our HP AC buff, and our Thistlecoat, which gives us AC as well as a 1-point damage shield. Keeping all that up. I'm really looking forward to hitting 30, where I get a 6-point damage shield that I can add to Thistlecoat for a total of 7 points of damage shield. I might be a squishy tank, but at least I'll be doing some DPS. You know what I'm saying? I'll also have some dots that I can be throwing in there. So I'll be dotting. I'll have a damage shield that's doing 7 damage to the mob per hit. So yeah, I might be squishy, but I plan to alleviate the squishiness. I saw some other items besides the rings that will give me some HP. That's really cool. So if I can just get my HP up there, I think we'll be good. We're going to snag this one right now. We snare, arrow. Uh-oh. Flame lick. I would have rather been able to throw in another arrow there, but my forage was unfortunately successful, and it put something in my hands, which is like a wrench in the plans. So we'll take this nice blue. Again, I'm feeling like this is kind of a higher level blue than some of the gators in here. Maybe it's a middling. Not so high, because we didn't get any resist, right? He didn't resist Flame Lick, he didn't resist Snare, he didn't resist Fear. We're going to pull him back. Arrow. Wow, really unlucky with the arrows. Earlier, I was hitting him all the time. We're going to pull him back. Again, a miss. Okay, let's panic him before he even gets to us. Save some HP that way. Flame Lick wore off, and I like to keep it up. It almost always lands. It's very rarely resisted, although it is sometimes. And it's like a guaranteed 26 points of damage. And it only takes one attack worth of time to cast, really. And plus, if you're close to the mob, you know, you're going to swing just before and just after it. And you can see how often I swing and don't do 26 damage. I mean, there are times I'll get double hits that are pretty nice. But most of the time, it's a better use of time than the swinging for melee for now. Later, it won't even be worth doing as a dot at all. It'll just be an aggro tool. But at the moment, it's still just barely viable for a little bit of extra DPS. A little bit of increase there. At some point, my hits are going to be so much stronger that the time to cast it will not be worth the time not swinging. But that point is not now. Even though we're close to the water, I'm hitting him with one more. Oh, and I didn't realize he wasn't snared. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for... Oh, it already wore off, so we're going to get ready to snare. Boom. We're going to try to fear right away. Boom. The fear can often wear off right quick, so... But I got to remember that I need to throw in an extra snare. There's no reason to have those times when the mob is running at full speed. I'm going to cast a snare anyway. Just need to keep my memory on board here. So, it's a little too late for the Flame Lick to be worth it, so I'm not going to lick him again. And I'm hoping that when this fear runs off, he's going to be running anyway. We just got a nice 30-point damage proc from our offhand dagger. Obsidian Shard, I think it's called. Fear is still on. It just wore off. Perfect. So this guy's done. We're at 71% XP. Let's see what it jumps to. 73. So like I said, we're going, it's like rotating between 2%, 3%, 2%, 3%. And as you can see, we're not that depleted. 67% HP, 44 mana. Buffs are still good for at least one more fight, maybe two. Except, of course, for Fire Fist. We're going to have to hit up Fire Fist. So we don't even have that long of a med time right now. In fact, if we wanted to, if you wanted to, if you're thinking as a ranger of doing this, might be a good idea to throw ourselves a heal. In fact, it is a good idea. If there's a gator around, a heal or two. And just go after one more. Is there a blue? I don't see any blue. There is a blue gator on track. Somewhere. That's a white. I don't want to try a white in our current state. Forage is getting too good. There's a blue. So, we snare him. Careful with the arrow. Stick to the side so that we don't get an ad. If you watched one of my last Gator Alley video, you saw me pick up a couple ads that were not... Wow, arrows are just missing every time. It's ridiculous at this point. Another nuke and another arrow that misses. Okay. And then another nuke. And another... Oh, that arrow hit for 1 damage. Whoop-dee-doo. Alright. Not happy about that, considering that we kind of needed that extra DPS in this run. Our mana's a bit low. But if we're just snaring and fearing and fear licking from here on out, we're good. Especially now that we have the HP lead. We're definitely good. See, I just don't want him running in the water. There's a gator right there. I think the druid's root riding it, so I don't have anything to worry about there. I don't know why my range attack isn't popping up. My auto attack is off. I'm feeling like maybe I'm getting some lag. Maybe that's the cause. It's all good though. Doesn't seem to be though. It doesn't seem to be lagging. So I don't know why my range attack never popped up there. I had turned off auto attack right as I pulled away from the mob. Should have popped up after just a couple of seconds. Wow, we just got double offhand weapon procs in a row. Okay, I'm curious if he's going to run at 20. So instead of a fear, yep, hit him with a nuke. Save the HP, get him to run as soon as possible. And look at that, we started that fight with like 75 HP and like 45 mana, maybe 50 mana. And we're not even that much lower than that right now. But what I'll do at this point is, looks like the next one to up was Journeyman's Boots. Frickin' Forge. Keeps being successful. I'll burn my mana on heals. And then I'll take a nice med break. You know, I think I'm gonna flip over and watch another episode of Rick and Morty if I remembered to download. Or I mean, not download. Find the stream for the next episode. Or do something else for a couple minutes. So it's a good idea. It's nice because you can kill these pretty comfortably with very little drain, which allows you to kill a couple and push yourself down to lower HP, lower mana, and doing like a nice long med session, which is what I'm going to do right now. Alright, so I just returned from the bathroom to find myself at near full mana, ready to go. A blue alligator right in front of me. I'm going to throw up another Fire Fist and get to work. Now we're close. I'm going to pull him to this direction. What happened to all my competition? There were people here. We're spamming range attack so that as soon as the... Uh-oh. I've run out of ammo? Oh. I wonder how long that's been the case. Is that why I haven't been firing arrows? Okay, so we're out of arrows. So, next med break is going to be at the character fletching. I can't believe I already ran out of arrows. I thought I had quite a few. But that's okay. We still got our ignite nuke to use when we're snare kiting them towards us when they're not feared. We're pulling them back. But we pulled them back quite far. Maybe we won't have to do that again. The only reason I even do that at all, and I don't just continue to panic animal them, is that I don't want them going in the water. Once I get another level or two, should be taking these down much faster. Of course, that's also going to open up... That's not necessarily true, because some of the ones that con white to me now are going to be the new blues. I'm not going to be able to differentiate them from lower level blues. Nor would I really want to. Why not take out those big boys? There we had a resist on the fear. And I guess that one was interrupted. Looks like we got stunned. And that one landed. A little bit of lag. They start running before you actually see it land. It's funny. There, RNG came through for us right there. We're landing some nice hits. He's actually turned, I think. Oh, here he is. Okay. And he's low enough HP for me to just fear again. Now, this would be the smart time to recast the snare. There we go. We're hoping to get him down to 20 HP before fear wears off. Let's try and ignite to help with that. There we go. Flame lick has worn off. Fear is still on. Hopefully, yeah, it wore off, but he's still running. Perfect. So yeah, he did do some HP damage to us. We're down to 60. But look at our mana. Our mana is wonderful. That Panic Animal spell costs 1 or 2, I think 2% of our mana. Snare also a 2% mana spell. Flame Lick also 1 to 2% mana spell. So we have these low cost spells that just are repaying us rather nicely. Very nicely. Now I did try to duo up with a druid in my guild who was down here the other night. He was a bit higher than me, and that was a bit of a problem because he would have to heal me. And I did have to face tank. We couldn't really use Panic Animal because apparently Druid Dot's damage is halved if the mob is moving. So that's a no bueno situation with the fear. We're taking another one right now, despite the fact that we are a bit lower than we'd like to be. Oh, and I forgot to fletch, but that's okay. That'll be the next. That'll be the next med break. Even though mana's a bit lower than I might like, I'm still gonna hit him with the ignites. The sooner he runs, the better. All right. He resisted that fear, but it's all good. We seem to be tanking him all right anyway. This seems like a slightly lower-ish one, judging by how much I'm hitting him and how much he's hitting me, and the damage involved with those hits. Like his hits were kind of low. Some of the higher ones will get 40, 50, even 60 damage sometimes. And my hits were decent, higher-ish than... Like some gators I'll be hitting like 7, 6 every other time. But this one I had a lot of 10, 10, 23. Oh, there he hit me for 40, so he's not so low, but... He's the kind of level where we might even be able to straight face tank him without the fear, but we wouldn't want to. Like, why would you do that? This fear is really why I'm here. If I couldn't fear these creatures, I'd probably be back killing halfling guards for the extra money that I get from their, their spears. But this is just so much easier, and thereby the XP is so much faster. Plus, this zone probably has a higher Zem than Misty Thicket, it being a dungeon and all. Now we are close to the water, and he is going to want to run. I'm afraid the snare is going to wear out soon. It's so cheap. Throw another one on there. Now we're doing a good job of managing things. Okay, he wants to fight. Let's see if he still wants to fight. He still wants to fight. All right, we'll fear you again. It's totally worth fearing him, even when he's just got 10% HP. If he's biting me, it saves us so much HP. 79% XP is going to go up to 81 or 82? 81. Well, I think we went from 76 to 79, so we were due for the 2 XP jump, not the 3. We're ready for a nice med break where we fletch. I think our fletching is somewhere around 122, I want to say. I'm not going to heal up too much. We're due for a Skin-like Rock rebuff, which will serve as a heal in and of itself. So when we're ready, we're going to recast Skin-like Rock as well as Feel Like Cat. So we got a bit of a longer med set since we have some rebuffing to do. Did I forget to buy the... Oh, how did I forget to buy those arrowheads? I bought 1, 2, 3, and I forgot to buy the 4th ingredient. So it looks like I'm going to be flat out of arrows for a while. Darn it, how did I forget to buy that? The hooked arrowheads. Oh well. We don't really need them. As you can see, they weren't doing much for us anyway. But it would be nice to be leveling or fletching in our archery as we're doing the soloing, because this is the time to do it. We're almost ready to go, and I'm lucky to be squeezing this session in. My kids have their kung fu class today, and my wife, sometimes she goes and takes my daughter as well. I'm left home alone, and this is really my favorite time to play because it's earlier in the evening for me, which makes it earlier in the morning in America, and we're talking early. Right now it is 7:40 p.m. So I think, like, for example, on the Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast, I'm like 16 hours ahead. So it's like 3:40 or 4:40, something like that. So it's just too early for even the guys who wake up early in the morning and start logging on. Like, I feel like you start to see them come on around 6 o'clock. This is too early for that. And it's also too late for most of the guys who push it, So this is really like the lowest pop time which is why there's just an abundance. Like nobody's holding these gators down. Any other time of day, you would be kind of racing to get gators. They'd all be getting killed. I could find them, as you can see in my previous video. That was more like 10 p.m. about 2 or 3 hours from now, when the morning guys get up and get on. Like, they're still findable. Just gotta stay mobile. But this is really the key here. This is nice. Next buff will be, well, we're good for a while actually, so I'll worry about that later. We'll refresh Fire Fist. So I'm hoping that when the kids go down, I'll still have time for another session. And I'm hoping at that time, when it's later, I can hop in a raid. There's still a few pieces I need here. Boom, snare, good. Flame lick. Let's do it. Let's do. Boom. Nice. Oh, he resisted my Obsidian Shatter spell. Otherwise, that would have been really nice damage combo. I had a 19-23 double hit. And then if my piercing had also landed that 30 damage proc, that would have been a nice big jump. As it is though, we're doing pretty good. One fear got him down 20%, and we continue on. Earlier I saw a druid doing the charm thing, and they got in trouble. I think their charm broke like right as they were engaging the mob or something, and I had to watch him die because I had just finished killing a mob myself. So and it was one of those ones that drained me. I had like 35% HP and like 15% mana. I really wanted to go help, but also he was higher. He was fighting mobs that one was to me, one was yellow and the other was red. So all I would have done would be to have died with him, basically. I felt bad though, because it's really clutch to help out in those situations. It's happened to me a few times, and I'm really grateful for that. I've been extremely lucky with deaths so far in this character. Okay, here he comes. Ignite. Let's do a fresh snare. And we got really good HP, so I'm willing to face tank him for a second, and then cast the fear here. There we go. Oh, he just hit us for 48 right at the end. So he's got some bite, that's for sure. I might as well save as much mana as I can since our HP is so high. That'll let us get maybe 2 more kills after this before we have to stop. And med. And I'm just going to use another fear, not an ignite. Ignite costs a bit more. Let's hope that when fear runs out, he's still running. Yep. Up from 81% goes up to 83. Cloth pants, that's a little bit of money. And we are still good to go. Buffs are good, all of them. Let's find a gator that's in our range. That would be this one. Gonna back up, drag him down the alley a bit. And we got the mana to hit him a couple times along the way. Wish we had arrows. Because occasionally I'll get lucky and it'll be like 20 and then 15 with the arrows. It's like an extra 35 damage. It's like a whole extra ignite. Alright, let's send him running. Now this fight seems to be going quick. I think this is a kind of like a lower-ish one. Oh, I forgot to throw on the flame lick. I love that extra extra free DPS going on. Not free, but near free. Now we're gonna try to finish this guy off just with panic animals. Oh, he resisted a fear. Alright. Don't want to use any more nukes because we're in the point where we only have to meditate for a second before we can take a third. And I would like to do that and then take a long med break. So I had a lot of fun with Classic. And that raid we were in the throne room was actually giving me really good XP. I don't know how, but it was. It's probably because we were such a low level. So I'm really thinking that, you know, I'll probably hit 30 just trying to get the pieces, not even soloing anymore from here on out, because I'm about to hit 29, right? I'm at 83% into 28. So yeah, I should just be raiding up for the pieces I still need, which are quite a few. I still need bracers. Let's see what 83% goes up to real quick on this kill. 86, so we got 3%. Yeah, I still need bracers, boots. They're going to drop with the breastplate, so I think I can just wait for that. And if I don't get them, I'm planning on getting the Dwarven ringmails anyway from Unrest, so I won't miss them, although there is something to be said about getting a whole set. So we got breastplate and boots. Again, the belt I don't really need, but I should hop in raids to get these pieces even if I don't value them. Bracers, because they look nice, and these bracers are nothing to write home about anyway, would be a good one. But everything else I don't think I would much miss. But yeah, just sitting in the group trying to get 2 bracers in the throne room, right? Plus a helm that drops there. By the time I actually get 2 bracers and a helm, there's a good chance I'll be quite nearly 30. Then I just need to get the breastplate and then hit the road to Guck. So I met it up for a bit. Let's throw ourselves a heal. 75 should be good. It should definitely be good. Remember, we want to be kind of closer than might be ideal because we are planning on having a nice med break here anyway. So why would we med up now and then shorten the later med break? It's better to do all the medding at once so you can, you know, go take care of some other business. I shouldn't be burning too much mana, but why not? There we go. We already got 13% damage on him with those 3. And depending on how lucky we could have been more if we had arrows. So this guy's not messing around. He resisted Panic Animal. He landed a couple of good double hits on us. So you can see our HP is dropping. This guy would definitely beat us in a face tank battle. Wow, would you look at that. Oh man, this is almost worrisome. We're down to 38% HP, and we can't seem to pull off a fear. But again, once we do, it should be good. I don't even know. There we go. Finally. See, this is almost worrisome, how low our HP is right now. So I'm going to cast another Panic Animal early, although there is a risk to that, and the risk is Flame Lick has worn off. The risk is it resets the spell, and sometimes Panic Animal wears off fast. So if you've got one that's lasting, it might be a good idea to just keep it going. Ooh, this is getting risky. He resisted him 2 more fears in a row. This is not good. Not good at all. We are in trouble. We are in trouble right now. Alright, we got him pretty far away. I'm going to use this time to do a bandage. Fear has worn off. He's on the way back. There he is. But we did pull off a bandage. And we're going to try to pull off another Panic Animal. Oh, shoot. He creamed us first. There we go. So you can see, sometimes it gets close. Sometimes they resist a whole bunch of stuff. Fear doesn't last. You name it. There, he's already running. I don't know how he went down in HP right there, but whew, perfect. Perfect. Oh boy. And see, this is the kind of point I'm talking about. Sometimes I end up with 25% HP and no mana. So let's see how many bandages I use up just to get to 50% from here. Now let's see what kind of XP we get. 86 goes up to, this could be another 3% jump. It is, 89. So that was definitely a higher level guy, and it paid off with an extra percentage of experience. Still seems faster to take out the lower level ones and get the 2%, 3%, 2%, 3%. The kills are faster. You're killing faster. It's safer. That extra 1% on that single kill. But I didn't start with full resources either, so I don't know. Bind Wound just went up to 134 to give you an idea where that's at. I drink Coke Zero because I'm getting fat, and I noticed the difference actually. I'm not talking about the flavor. I noticed that too, but I don't mind it that much. I mean, I noticed the difference in fatness increase rate. That's the most EQ way to say that. So, if I want to keep drinking Coca-Cola, I think I got to keep it low sugar. Cutting down on rice. My wife keeps trying to give me too much rice. But I think the real killer are late night snacks, you know. Kids go down, it's like 11. My wife and I are going to fire up a movie. I'm like, let's eat a snack. So I'm cutting those out too. So the buffs are solid. They're going to last another round of kills. It's 8 o'clock. I still got about 30 minutes of solid playtime. Maybe 40 before the kids get home. But I don't want to push it. I want to make sure I'm not on when they do. Because I get this big faction loss with the wife if I'm on the video games when they get home. Even though she knows I play when they're out. I think she likes it more when they walk in the door and I'm not playing. Obviously, you don't want the kids to see you playing when they're not supposed to play. They're supposed to do homework and shower and go to bed, and they're like, what, Daddy's playing video games? It causes a lot of what I like to call unnecessary suffering. But, you know, we're at 89%. I logged on today at 45%. I did like 40 minutes. I had a 40-minute window, and then this window here. It's been about an hour, slightly less than an hour, about an hour. So we're talking an hour and 40 minutes, about almost 50% XP. Pretty good, I think. Not as good as, say, like what Classic does in his Necro. Classic's getting similar XP per kill as I am, but he's able to avoid these med breaks. He can pretty much keep it going. He's got some shorter med breaks, but he's got the Lich going, right? And I don't think he does get as low on mana as I do, but the Lich makes all the difference. But anyway, a lot of talk about alts in the comments on my videos. So let me just say verbally what I'm thinking. There's probably a 72% chance I'm gonna just fire up Sendrith, and the first alt's gonna be a cleric starting in G-Fey, Felwith High Elf cleric. Sendrith coming to this server. That is my home character pretty much. But if it's not Sendrith, I have been thinking secondarily about a troll shaman for the purposes of really exploiting the Rubicite breastplate. So if the troll shaman already gets some nice HP regen, right? Throw a Rubicite on, it's getting pretty good HP regen. You know what I mean? So once he starts candy dancing, he's got a nice offset to the HP loss from that. The thing that makes me shy away from the shaman is that I hear that you got to do a crapload of buffing in groups as well as a crapload of candy dancing. But I kind of think I liked shaman. I liked playing it. But probably before that, I might just continue with my first character, Miana, who is currently a level 9 Dark Elf Enchanter. That was my first character on Quarm. This guy was supposed to be an alt, like, oh, when I couldn't play long enough you could log on the Ranger and do some quick soloing. That was the purpose of this guy, but I just fell in love with them. So this became my main. So I might just go back to Miana, level up an Enchanter, but I'm not sure I have the stomach for it. It just seems so difficult. I was getting 1% per kill at level 9, killing some orcs in Nectilus Forest, and it wasn't incredibly easy. I mean, it was pretty safe, but it wasn't so easy, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Please don't take the croc that I am looking at right now. Okay, that's exactly the one you're going to take. You're going to skip that one, the one right next to you, and you're going to come take the one that I have already chosen. Alright, let's see if we can't pull off an ignite. Nope, interrupted. Alright, let's just send this guy running. Getting a little bit of lag. I'm getting a little bit worried about a disconnect. I did not hotspot. Lately, I've been always hotspotting. I've been having disconnection problems. But I did a packet test, and I didn't lose any packets, and I feel like my problem days might be over. But then again, they might be related to congestion times, and we're getting closer and closer to congestion times over here. So yeah, the Enchanter is a definite possibility. Sendrith is the most likely. Shaman is also being considered. I'm also tempted to start a Necro as well, because I really, really enjoy that dynamic of leeching life from your enemy and doing damage over time. I just really love that dynamic, and I'd like to play it. I also have a desire to kill Fel with guards. Like I saw a couple videos of Necros killing the guards, and I don't know, just something about it felt really cool to me. And there's just so many cool things that Necro can do end game, where I almost feel like it's got to be a Necro or an Enchanter to get that dimension of the experience. But who knows if how long it'll take me to get another character to a level where you're doing cool stuff like that. Like, you saw how long it took me to get this Ranger to level 28, and I'm kind of pushing. Like, to be honest, this is pushing for me. Like, once the legacies are gone, I've got a really bad feeling that I'm getting disconnected, but we'll see. Nope. Okay, let's hit it with a fresh snare. Let's pull him back just to make sure. We got a fresh snare on him. And let's hit him with a fresh nuke. A fresh nuke. Wow, the lag is real here. And let's hit him with another panic animal. He resisted it, okay. Oh, don't need this panic animal. We got him. So, I might be getting on again. So this might end up being a longer video. It's already 48 minutes. I'm thinking this should be the end of it. If I do get on again and hop in a raid, I'm probably just not going to record that particular session. I'm not like some other streamers where they'll release an episode every week and they'll play a bunch and then slow release them over time. I like to just throw them up while they're fresh. I really like how the people who I end up interacting with in game, because they watch, I like how their information is up to date on me, you know, and I just don't see any reason to wait. If I were really trying to maximize viewership, I would probably wait, because I feel like when there is like a flood of videos, there is a reduction in viewers at some point. But looks like Skin Like Rock's got 8 minutes. I think that's good for another round. So I'm not going to have to use that to heal, so I'm going to throw another light heal. And I got a little mid session ahead of me. See you guys soon. We didn't met up much. Because why met up much? Don't need to. Here goes another one. Oh, looks like I didn't realize it, but J-Boots. I really don't like how short the J-Boots buff is. I wish it were longer. I mean, we can just click it anyway, so why make us click it? But that's just how it is. It must be the original. I guess the point of that is when you enter zones that you can't use it in, it's so short to make you lose incentive to like just go out and click it when you need to. Because if it lasted for like an hour, you'd be like, wow, that's a long time. If I just have to go out once an hour to have Sow inside, then I'll do it. But if it only lasts 18 minutes, you're like, do I want to go out every 18 minutes to keep up my Sow in this dungeon? Probably not, you know? So I guess there is some utility to that. Let's pull him back and nuke him before we fear again. This stretch to the water should be enough to get him down to 20% and finish him off. Might take a couple of fears though. Sometimes it wears off quick. Oh, it's looking like more than enough now. So it looks like at 25% they can no longer run with the snare. I thought it was 20. Maybe it depends on the quality of the snare. Wow, this is crazy. It's 8:10. I still got 20 minutes. Am I gonna be able to level? I might level before my family gets home. That's ridiculous. Yeah, we're looking at like 3 more kills to level. And we don't even have that long of a med break in front of us now. In fact, we might want to hit up another one almost right away. Skin Like Rock's got 4 more minutes, so I'd like to hit up one more before it wears off. But we don't want to get too rushy. Because, yeah, let's just throw it on now. Use it as a heal. We don't want to get too rushy because we don't want to die. We don't need to get in trouble like that. I'm going to med up to about 45 mana, and then we're going to go again. Oh, well, okay. That was going to be my kill. See, let's see, be kind. She's red to me, and she's killing gators that are blue to me. So I think I kind of got an edge down here. There's a spawn right there. Perfect. Boom. Snare. Lick. We're a bit low on mana, but I still want to get an ignite in before he gets to us. Oh, it looks like we got a... She's like, I'm gonna sweep the shit out of this floor. Just you wait and see, because I gave her a broom earlier. Hope you don't mean all the mobs, lol. Alright. Next time you come back, you'll be amazed at what's underneath. Checkered tiling. Alright, I think... I don't know what's going on right now. We're lagging a bit, that's what I think's happening. But it looks like we've got back up. That's a bit scary. But we're logging off soon. Alright, we're definitely gonna have to pull back this time. When the fear wears off. Why are we not swinging? We are lagging out. That's what's going on. That sucks. Okay, so we gotta switch to a hotspot. Because it doesn't let us hit when we're chasing when it's lagging the wrong way. Look at that. Like, I think I'm behind him right now, but I might not be. I think that's what was happening earlier. I wasn't actually right behind the mob. Oh, snare wore off. Make that mistake again. And then the lag. Oof. Come on. There we go. Oh gosh. Alright, let's see if he runs a 20. I'm gonna use Ignite. Didn't get through. There we go. Yes, and every other tile has a headshot of Timothy Chalamet on it. Cling, 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 why you capping? Cling, 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 why you capping? Water, drop, drop, drip, drop, splish, splash, water, splish, splash. I am lost. I unfortunately, the reference is lost on me. I don't know who this Timothy character is. I don't know if it's because I'm too young or too old. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna give a heh heh. One of those like, heh heh heh. You know, Lord knows I get those enough myself. Evocation 145, I believe that's a max. 96%, we're almost there, folks. And I've got exactly 15 minutes. I could push it a bit. I probably shouldn't, though. But I think their class gets out at 8:30. They're really not going to be back until 8:45 at the earliest. We're going to level. We're going to level on this video right here before the family gets back, baby. Maybe still have another session ahead of us tonight. Imagine I pull another like 30-40% into 29. Legacies are for sure back on the table. Yeah. Alright, it seems like the connection is back to crisp, which is nice. I hope it stays that way. It's like instant crisp, perfect connection. Just need 4 more percent. That's guaranteed. 2 kills guaranteed, unless the percentage meter is off. Because we were getting like 2 and 3, 2 and 3. Let's do one more fear, even if he ends up in the water. Oh, look, the fear wore off early. It's kind of nice, actually. Run back. Nuke. Boom. Run back. Lick. Boom. Right before the lick landed, it said your flame lick has worn off. Perfect timing. Another nuke. There we go. Oh, I forgot to fear. I'm so used to face tanking when I solo. I forgot to fear. Ay ay ay. It's alright, he didn't do all that much to me. Let's see. Yeah, not all that much. Alright, we got him right where we want him. Fear's gonna wear off in a second. I'm gonna hit him with a nuke just to assure. Oh, yes. Just to assure that he wants to run, which apparently he does not. Let's see if when he gets to below 10. Still, this guy wants to fight to the end. So if you ask me, we never know how long it takes to finish him off. So I'm still fearing. Apparently snare is worn off. Doesn't matter. 96 goes up to, give me 99. Yeah, 99%. So we're definitely 1 kill away, baby. Baby. That's right, I just called you, viewer, baby. It's just how I feel about you right now, baby. We're gonna need another feel like cat. Gotta keep that crazy high agility up. Them dodges. Gotta keep them dodges happening. Skin like rock's good, so we're gonna heal up a bit. Alright, 1 more kill. Alright, let's get it, boys. Feel like cat. Fire fist, and we are ready to roll. Look at this guy hitting his dark elf mask, showing off his leggies. Leggies. And by leggies, I mean legacy items. Boom! You be snared, yo. You're the one, baby. You're the one that's gonna take me to 29 town. Oh, kick you in the face. First hit. Right off the bat. Don't panic. Don't panic. Oh, he panicked. Oh, you're an easy one, aren't you? That's perfect. Nice and easy. And then what I'm gonna do, this is how much I maximize my EQ time. Ready? Then I'm gonna log off as quick as I can. I'm gonna take my shower first before the kids get home. So that way when they go to bed I don't have to take a shower then. So that shower time becomes, you guessed it, more EQ time. If you didn't guess it, that's because you weren't thinking about it, because it's not that interesting. But had you been thinking about it, you would have guessed it. Trust me. Look at this guy resisting my ignite. Who does he think he is? Resist 2 in a row. Oh, you get kicked in the face again. Alright, you want to put up a fight, huh? Let's do. Let's do. Oh god. Alright, let's do one more panic. This is not going as well as I'd hoped it would. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Come at me, bro. I'm willing to burn man on you. I'm gonna need another snare anyway, very soon here. Probably right about now is probably a good time to throw that extra snare on. Yo, yeah, look at that. As I'm casting, the other snare wore off. Oh my gosh, I have the magic. This is the magic sense, dude. I have the magic sense, my dudes. Here we go. 29. Oh, can't run no more, eh? Sorry, bro. I don't want to fear you again, so we're gonna nuke you while you're not hitting us. Put you down under 20 and hope you don't want any part of me when your fear wears off. Fear's still going. It didn't wear off yet. Now it wore off. Ding! And 1% in to boot. And another broom. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. Ding 29. Well, I think that's going to do it for this video, my friends. You see the Gators and how awesome they are, as well as how awesome Marrow Arrow is. And I hope you enjoy what you see. Peace out.